Okay, for our next salad, I'm going to make a slight variation on a Cobb salad. Uh, Again, this is a keto-friendly recipe, but you can use it for almost any kind of diet you're using it for. Now, one of the things Okay, now I'm going to get some flack for this. I'm going to do a crouton for this salad. And for the crouton, I'm using Ezekiel bread. The Ezekiel bread is a little different from normal bread. It does have some carbs. It's got 12 grams of net carbs in a slice. So I'm going to use a slice on this and use up 12 of my grams of carbohydrates. Again, most of these salads you don't really use in your first 2 weeks of keto. But by the time you're a month in, a month and a half in, your carbohydrate levels are going to be higher, which means you can have a little bit more. So this salad is going to have the 12 grams of carbs from here, and it's going to have a little bit more. But start out by toasting the Ezekiel bread, just lightly. I'm going to take about a tablespoon of butter. Now into that melted butter, I'm going to squeeze about 1 clove of garlic. Make yourself some garlic butter here. And then I'm going to spread this garlic butter on both sides of the bread. All right, take the bread at the beginning of your cooking, you put it in a 330-degree oven, and you let it bake for about 20 minutes or so while you're making the rest of the salad. And when that comes out, it'll be crispy, it'll be a nice crouton. Now, as I mentioned before, for each salad you make a different dressing. Here, this is a very basic dressing. I think we made this when I was a kid, just using ketchup and mayonnaise as a dressing. It's very much like a Thousand Island, except with a Thousand Island you would put some pickle relish in it. Here, we're just using the plain ketchup and mayonnaise. Now, on keto, ketchup has a lot of sugar, so you might as well be drinking Coca-Cola. So I'm using a sugar-free ketchup. This is you can find this at Whole Foods, a bunch of health food stores. You can find a really nice sugar-free ketchup that you can use for this dressing. So I put in about a 1/4 cup of mayo, and I'm putting in about an equal amount of ketchup here. And you just do it until it looks right to you. I like mine a little more red, so I'm going to put in some more of the ketchup. Okay, this is the color I like for the dressing. Now it's time to assemble your salad. Again, we're starting with romaine lettuce, and we cut this up before the video. You could also use iceberg lettuce or any kind of lettuce that you particularly like. Now, in this particular salad, you want to throw in some kind of meat. You can use roast beef, you can use turkey deli meat, you can use chicken, any kind of meat you want, that'll work well. We're using some turkey left over from last Thanksgiving. We had put in the freezer. Now we've thawed it out. We're going to throw it in the salad. It gives you a nice amount of protein in it. We also cooked up some bacon. That's going to give you a good amount of salt, and it gives you a nice porky flavor. This was what, three pieces of bacon. Okay. Now we're going to use 1 or 2 slices of onion cut fairly finely, and you can use as much as you want. This is all to taste, by the way. We're going to take an egg. Put in your egg slicer. Mush it into little pieces. We've got here about an ounce to 2 ounces of cheddar cheese that we cut fairly thin. Okay, again, this is to taste. I like to use green chilies. You could use a green chili salsa if you wanted. You could use fresh chilies if you want. If you want jalapenos and you want it really spicy, you can chop that up and throw it in. But I like the taste of green chilies in here, and I'm going to use the whole can because I like it. Also, we shredded up some carrots. This is about 1 to 2 carrots. And put that in there. Throw in, I like the grape tomatoes. You can use whatever kind of tomatoes you prefer, but I'm throwing that all in there. That's probably about 8 or 9 grape tomatoes. And then Parmesan cheese. You can use fresh grated. Kraft is just as easy for me. I'm going to throw this on top. That's about 2 tablespoons worth. Okay, you grind in some fresh cracked pepper into here. I like a lot of pepper in my salad. Now toss the whole thing. And now it's time to bring out the crouton, cut it up, throw it on top. Now I wound up cooking this for about 15 minutes. You can cook it longer if you want it crispier. This is fine for me. Throw some of these in here and mix. And then the rest you put on top for garnish. And you can mix it with your dressing and your salad's ready. So this is also a really nice salad. It also makes a really nice meal, and it's got a little bit of everything in it. It's got the meat, it's got the cheese, it's got the croutons, it's got all the veggies, and it's kind of a cross between being bad and being good. Very tasty salad. It'll fill you up, and it makes a really nice lunch. It's a little more work to make than the other salad, but if you're in the mood to do a little bit of work, you're going to wind up with a really satisfying lunch.